good pitch.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Very much. Very good. Oh, very good. I like
Really
the guys who like
good.
to lead.
Elliot tells us that we found the second tape of
Oh.
you throwing the pitch.
Oh, there's
So
more.
let's roll it. Here's the other pitch.
Okay.
Oh!
That angle tells a different story.
He edited the pitch.
Oh, Sam.
2016, we reacted to Sam throwing out the first pitch at Dodger Stadium. And as you can see, at first we thought, oh, he threw a strike. It
Yeah.
turned out it didn't have the velocity.
Uh-huh.
Thanks to some nice video editing. That was not Sam's actual first pitch.
Right. Well, you guys had a lot of fun ribbing each other because, of
Yes.
course, you got to throw out the first
Yes.
pitch. And you always argued amongst one
Yeah.
another who had the best.
Did you
first
see this
pitch.
beautiful thing? What the Dodgers
No.
did? On Twitter over the
Okay.
weekend. Yeah, you didn't look at stuff on social media. The Dodgers, he would have loved this. The Dodgers, I'm sure that's John Su who photographed, and there he is. Just he was a Dodgers fan. He loved going to the games, and throwing out that first pitch, and to be honored by the Dodgers
Oh, my God.
would have been everything for him.
He used to go to the home opener all the time, too.
Yeah.
Him and his buddies, and they would go. And,
Also, the Angels apparently paying tribute to
Yes.
Sam as well on their broadcast during their game on Saturday. Angels TV color analyst Mark Gubiza had this to say about our beloved colleague.
There's some sad news in SoCal yesterday with Sam Rubin passing away. Legend at KTLA Channel 5. Saw him a number of years down in Tempe at Angels spring training games. Just an icon here in LA. Sam Rubin. Sending prayers to his family.
Gosh, that was so nice. The LA Galaxy also paying tribute to Sam. The team posted to X over the weekend. The LA Galaxy mourns the loss of deeply respected KTLA news anchor Sam Rubin. And that gets me choked up because you're right. That would just
Yes.
get him.
Yeah.
And this man loved Los Angeles. It was his hometown. He loved LA. And to see how much LA loved him back
Yeah.
is the most heartwarming and lovely thing. And I spoke to his daughter Perry over the weekend briefly, and she said the same thing. She's like, my dad loved this town.
Yeah.
And to see what they did at, Crypt Arena and the
Forum.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, just so moving to see that he was legend status in this town.
And he touched people.
And he touched
It wasn't
people.
just being a broadcaster. He touched people on such a
Yeah.
personal level.
Yeah.
And he brought joy to our lives every day, but to your life too. And we know that. And on the soccer thing, he was so proud of being the coach.
Oh, right.
Of
Always
the,
talk about
what was it? The Brentwood
Baristas?
Baristas?
Yeah.
He was a terrible coach, he would tell you.
Right.
He didn't know what he was doing, but he loved doing
He
it.
was the Ted Lasso, I think, before Ted Lasso. And
Yes.
he would
Yeah.
say these funny things about he knew nothing about soccer, but he was just a fun guy. So
Yeah.
I'm sure the
Right.
parents loved that he was the coach. And he would give them inspirational things
Right.
to go out there. And he'd say, I just wrote on the paper today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're 8. I don't know if that means anything.
Never mind, offside.
Yeah.
No, that's,
But
and we asked him once, when you're coaching, what do you tell him? What do you know?
Yeah.
He goes, go. that was
Great
go.
coaching.
Yeah, that's
Get
it.
out there, kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, Ginge.
Hi, guys.
What's happening?
Well, look, we always talk about all these different moments and being in, the skits and stuff. And this one was actually almost too organic, where basically hot mic, and we talk about we can turn on and off our mics. I cannot when I'm in my traffic center, and I will admit fully, as cringeworthy as it is, and not my best moment, maybe more so Sam's. Here, take a look. Close your ears.
My wife calls and it's like, since when did you become the fat guy on that show? it's the same exact
always
thing.
been.
You've always been.
Is that
She didn't know.
Terrible.
Oh, but here's the
terrible.
thing, Ginger.
Yes.
Nobody could take a joke like that guy.
Yes.
True.
Nobody had just this self-deprecating.
Right.
He was so comfortable in his own skin.
He was, and I will
more than
say,
anyone I've ever met.
I really waited for the moment for him to call me out on it, say something, which well deserving,
do.
and he never
Never.
did because
Not.
he just thought it was the moment, the fun moment.
right.
You know, and I have to say, we always talked radio because I still work in radio, so he always wanted to know the gossip about radio. He's always wanted to use me as an excuse for being tardy.
Yeah.
This traffic accident happened,
right.
or a way around, or we talk Boy Scouts all the time because obviously his son Colby is a
Yeah.
Eagle Scout, so that was really something that it was fun to be able to share some things that were outside of what we see every day, and a great family man, and I will wear that as a badge of honor, both my suspension because of him, which I don't think we can find the tape that caused
Right,
the
that tape
suspension.
has been burned.
That may have been the reason there were no more skits, but also, you
Yeah.
know, the moment that really taught me a good lesson too about, you know, we don't need to call people out on their mistakes. And I will, like I've told this story before, my son, Mom, when I Google you, it comes up, Ginger Jen calls anchor fat. I'm like, no, it's terrible.
No,
but
but Sam thought the mistakes were the best part of the show.
Yeah, he loved good
did.
TV,
Yeah.
even at his expense.
even at his own expense.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
So I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
Because you guys are in on it with us, and,
Yes.
and that's one of the things that's different about this place
Yeah.
is that, you know, everyone else is, oh, we can't make
Staunch.
a mistake.
Right.
Right.
You guys are in on it with us.
Yes, even
And
if
that
it's
was Sam.
at someone else's expense, or now I have to relive it at my expense.
Right.
But what a great person Sam was to be
Yeah.
able to get through that.
Can you just give one hint about what the suspension was about?
Well, I think you guys were all there.
I know
please.
what it is.
I can't remember.
You were there. Well,
This wasn't the dance party suspension.
No,
that was
a
another
different
that was a
suspension.
different
I think I was
suspension.
already suspended. That was Wendy
Right.
and Chris.
Oh, that's right.
My
That was Wendy and
gosh.
Chris. Sorry.
And that put an end to Dance Party
Yes,
Friday.
that,
yes,
they ended
yes.
Dance
Right.
Party Friday. Yeah, for good reasons. I did a skit. Sam asked me, no questions asked, like we
Yeah,
saw before. We never, you know, we just did what he said, and it brought a lot of other people into the suspension as well. However, the suspension also meant no pay for a little bit.
Oh, wow.
And
Meant
Sam
business.
again was like, "Let me pay." I'm like, "No, you don't have to."
He offered to pay.
Well, yeah, he's very gracious.
Oh.
I will say maybe he got back at me because we used to park, well, I say used to. We parked next to each other, and I never told him it was me because I was always hogging, and I think for sure he hit my car. But I don't think he even knew it, so
Quite
maybe
possible.
he got back at me somehow. And I remember saying to Kelly the day I saw it, I studied his vehicle to see if there was damage, and I said to Kelly, did Sam say anything about hitting anybody's car? Because I think for sure he hit mine. So maybe he got his payback. Either way.
So you're not going to tell us what the suspension
Oh,
was? Is there any way you can tell us without getting suspended again?
We teased somebody here who worked at the station. She is no longer here. It was just a joke, and turned out that the management did not like that because they were very much.
Did it have to do with dogs?
No, it did not.
Okay,
Did it
that's
ha-
another
didn't
one.
have to
That's
do with
another
the-
suspension.
Right?
Yeah.
Not that I recall.
There was one
There was
that-
another suspension with dogs. Maybe I don't even.
Okay.
Oh, I know that one. Yeah. This person who we were making fun of is no longer here. So
Okay.
maybe that helps
Okay.
you. But I know that one too.
Oh, yeah.
Sam,
See, we were all suspended for something.
And when the company got sold to Nexstar, which was about 5 years ago now or so, Sam went into HR and said,
Oh, yeah.
"Can you expunge? Can I give me my file? Can we just get rid
Burn
of
it.
all this?" And it was a stack of papers like that. And they, nope, it stays.
And I wondered if that was an urban legend, but I actually asked Jason Ball, and he said no, that was true.
That was
he
true, yeah.
did try and go get, and
I
he
heard
has
that too.
files like that are this thick, 2 of them.
Yeah.
2 of them. By the way, that's my file in my husband's office, like the plastic
You
surgery
know,
office. But
do you know what else he would do for people? And I would find out later. He would go to the bosses and talk to them about things on other people's behalf. They
yeah.
would come to
He
me and go,
was a stand-upper. That's what we
he
call it.
would go and because he knew
All the time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say anything or do anything, and he would go and say something, and then you'd hear about it later. But that's what he did. He
Yep.
went up and he stuck up for people,
Yep.
and he
Yeah.
put his neck out for people.
Sure did.
Time and time again.
For people who didn't have the voice that he did
Yes.
or had that kind of power, and he
Yeah.
was, I would say he's very tenacious in that way, and
Yeah.
something that a lot of people don't get to see, but we got to experience that. So.
Yeah.
well, just like Ginger and all of us have been doing, Sam's staff have also been reliving fun moments. And we wanted to share some of those with you, including when the staff was really over Sam and they went on strike, they went rogue.
What about one of the few TV personalities at his same level, the Big O?
Entertainment on strike.
My name is on the door.
Fighting back, Sam. They're
That's
fighting
it.
back.
My name is on the door.
If you missed it earlier, Sam in a little bit of a tiff with the entertainment department.
Now they're just running tape.
Yelled at them.
I did not yell at them.
That's what we're hearing.
You exploded in fury and said, "It's my name on the door."
Show us exercise tape.
Sam's staff goes.
Oh my gosh. All right. I get it.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
here we go. This is the best one. Oh!
Whose name is on the door?
Grace's name is on the door.
There we go.
There we go.
Come on. All right, you win.
Last time,
I
that'll
give
never happen.
up. Okay. Isn't it funny how quickly they can get that tape together? All right, you win. Very good.
I think they have that one on file.
Bravo.
Bravo! That one's always at the
Even when they
ready.
go on strike, it always
My
works out.
name is
Here they go again.
My name is on the door.
Entertainment on
That
strike.
is a Sam Rubin quote. My name is on the door.
Thank you.
You know that one will be around for
I've
10,
got it a long
15 years.
time.
My name is
On
on
the
the
door. Okay, come on.
Beautiful.
Let's just show it one more time, ladies and gentlemen.
I like the Sada one. I forgot that one.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, baby.
Okay, come on.
Wow, there's a lot there.
There we go.
Oh, he loved a good pampering in a spa or in a hot tub
And a
or in
cupcake.
massage.
And he loved to wear a nice towel.
Yeah.
You know.
And as Mark mentioned, short robes.
Short
Yes.
robe.
Yes.
Short robes.
And I was saying Sam would be in a hotel, and it was always the short robe, and he would call down to the desk and say, "Could you please send a robe up?" And they said, "Mr. Rubin, we've got robes in your room." And he goes, "No, they're the long ones. I want the short one." And it would be
legs,
like, "We
baby.
haven't had those since 1970, but we'll find one for you."
Yeah.
You know, I think we've all probably worked. Well, I mean, a lot of you did start in this market, but if you've worked in smaller markets, you've worked with those anchorman Ron Burgundy types that do not have a sense of humor about themselves.
Right.
He had the best sense of humor about himself. He did not care about laughing at himself. And this next one, you guys, is a gem. So Sam was sticking up for the staff, but they said they were actually to blame.
We have a tape with Seth talking about this, but apparently it's not here yet. Can we go to the Keith Olbermann story and then it'll come up? We can't
This
do anything.
frequently happens during
No,
the entertainment segment.
What is it, Nick? Tell me.
It's conspiracy.
The Tons ate it.
Tons
oh,
ate it.
Dave, my homework.
Somebody Facebooks me all the time. It's like, why is your segment so lame? Things always blow up.
not
You
you.
always pick up the phone and you're bitching.
right.
We have a computer system here that is put together with spit and gum.
Okay, careful.
Because we didn't want to buy the real computer
Careful.
system. It's true.
But Tons only eats your tapes.
No, they eat a lot of
Why
tapes.
does Tons know about just your tapes?
I don't know. They eat a lot of tapes. All right. Last time we talked, we'll show it to you after 8:20, we think. Last time we talked about Keith Olbermann. It involved his dismissal from Current TV and the long litany of episodes where Keith seemingly turns on his employers. Could he get another job? He just did. The self-described 10 million. Is this Keith Urban? Oh, my God.
Oh, this.
Olbermann.
I'll tell you, that computer system gets it wrong every time.
You got to email that guy back and go, "You are so right,
That
sir."
Keith Olbermann really looks good.
He's now married to Nicole Kidman.
And he spent his off time really getting in shape. Got a new haircut
Classic.
and everything.
You got to be more clear, Sam. Olbermann or Urban?
Keith Olbermann. Keith Urban.
What do you say?
Ladies and gentlemen,
What do you say?
welcome to Cable Access.
What did it? What? All right. Go ahead. It said Keith Urban on the paper, right? Yeah.
Keith. You know what? Better this way. Who wants to look at Keith Olbermann?
Every time. The self-described.
That's the
Oh,
best.
the class.
Is
Classic.
that I mean, like, who's going to remember a normal story from that day?
No.
When you handle it like that. Like,
Yep.
that is television genius. That is lightning in a bottle, and that was Sam.
Sam, yeah.
That was good. And,
was
and
good.
again, memories we forget, and it's nice to.
Yeah. Oh,
it's
my
nice
goodness.
To
Yeah.
see them.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. As we go to break, I want to show you some more classic Sam moments. Here's one of them.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, man, don't catch the blues.
Yeah.
Sitting at the KTLA morning news.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, what's my name? Wayne Brady.
Yeah.
Man, 10 times whiter than Slim Shady. When I gets busy, everybody say damn.
Yeah.
Brother got the funk and I'm sitting with Sam.
Yeah.
What can you do? Hip hop parade. Wayne Brady in the morning on KTLA.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
White
Yeah,
man. KTLA boy in the morning. Know what I'm saying? For real.